"Captain, you need to see this." Lieutenant Kayla Martinez's voice crackled over the intercom, urgency underscoring her words. Captain Ryan McAllister, a seasoned Australian ex-military officer, rose from his seat in the mess hall and strode briskly toward the bridge of the spaceship Endeavour. His steel-blue eyes, shadowed by years of battle, scanned the room as he entered. "What have we got, Kayla?" Lieutenant Martinez pointed to the main screen where an unusual distress signal blinked persistently. "It's an SOS from an uncharted planet, Captain. The signal is coming from an Asleel colony." Ryan frowned. The Asleel were a peaceful, amphibious race known for their spirituality and advanced knowledge. Why would they be so far from their homeworld? More importantly, why were they in distress? "Set a course, Lieutenant. We need to find out what's going on." As the Endeavour adjusted its trajectory, Ryan gathered his team for a briefing. "We're responding to a distress signal from an Asleel colony. This could be a simple rescue mission or something far more complicated. Stay sharp." The spaceship landed smoothly on the planet's rocky surface, and the crew stepped out into an eerie silence. The Asleel colony was deserted, with only the wind whistling through the empty buildings. Ryan's sharp eyes scanned the area, noting the signs of a hasty evacuation. "Over here." Kayla's voice broke the silence as she knelt beside a group of Asleel younglings huddled together in fear. The sight tugged at Ryan's heartstrings. He had lost his family years ago in a conflict, and the vulnerability of these children brought back painful memories. Ryan knelt down, his tone gentle yet firm. "It's all right, you're safe now. We're here to help." The younglings, with their large, expressive eyes and iridescent skin, looked up at him with a mix of fear and hope. One of them, a small boy with a determined gaze, stepped forward. "Our parents. They left us when the monster came." Before Ryan could ask more, the ground trembled. A massive, part-mechanical creature emerged from the shadows. It was Kogan, a notorious bounty hunter known for his ruthless efficiency. "Those younglings are worth a fortune," Kogan snarled, his voice a mix of metal and menace. "Hand them over, and I might let you live." Ryan's hand instinctively went to his blaster. "Not a chance. These children are under our protection." The tension was palpable as the crew faced off against Kogan. Blaster fire lit up the desolate landscape as Ryan and his team fought to protect the Asleel younglings. Despite Kogan's cybernetic enhancements, Ryan's strategic mind and combat experience kept them one step ahead. As the battle raged, Ryan's thoughts flashed to his family, to the promise he made to himself to protect the innocent. This mission was no longer just about duty. It was personal. "Kayla, get the kids to the ship," Ryan shouted over the noise. "We need to get out of here now." With a series of well-placed shots, Ryan detonated charges he had planted earlier, collapsing the cave entrance and buying them precious time. The Endeavour's engines roared to life as the crew hurriedly boarded, carrying the younglings to safety. As they lifted off, Ryan looked back at the desolate planet, determination burning in his eyes. "Set a course for the Asleel homeworld, Lieutenant. We're taking these kids home." The Endeavour soared into the star-filled void, leaving behind the echoes of their clash. Ryan knew their journey was just beginning, but he was ready to face whatever came next, driven by a newfound purpose to protect those who couldn't protect themselves. The Endeavour raced through the starry expanse, its engines humming with urgency. Ryan stood on the bridge, his gaze fixed on the holographic map displaying their course to the Asleel homeworld. The faces of the young Asleel children haunted his thoughts. "Captain, we're approaching a dense asteroid field," Lieutenant Kayla Martinez reported, her fingers dancing over the controls. "It's the fastest route, but it's going to be tricky." Ryan nodded, his mind already calculating the risks. "We don't have time for detours. Take us through. We need to stay ahead of Kogan." As the ship maneuvered into the asteroid field, Ryan headed to the medbay. The young Asleel were there, being cared for by the ship's medic, Dr. Elias Chun. The children's eyes, wide and innocent, followed him as he entered. "How are they holding up, Doc?" Ryan asked, concern lacing his voice. Dr. Chun looked up from his work. "Physically, they're fine, but they're scared, Captain. They've been through a lot. Ryan knelt beside the young Asleel boy who had spoken earlier. "What's your name, son?" "Taro," the boy replied, his voice barely above a whisper. Ryan smiled gently. "Taro, we're gonna get you home. I promise." The ship lurched suddenly, the lights flickering. Ryan's comm crackled to life. "Captain, we've got company." Kayla's voice was tense. Ryan sprinted back to the bridge. Outside the viewport, Kogan's ship loomed, sleek and menacing. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers," Ryan ordered, his eyes narrowing. "Kayla, get us through this field. Use the asteroids for cover." The Endeavour weaved through the asteroid field with deft precision, Kayla's skillful piloting keeping them one step ahead of Kogan. Blaster fire from the bounty hunter's ship illuminated the darkness, narrowly missing them. "We can't keep this up forever," Kayla muttered, sweat beading on her forehead. Ryan's mind raced. They needed a plan, and fast. "Head for that large asteroid," he instructed, pointing to a massive rock ahead. "We'll use it to our advantage." As the ship neared the asteroid, Ryan turned to his tactical officer. "Lieutenant Harris, prepare a decoy. Make it look like we crashed." Harris nodded, quickly setting to work. Within minutes, a small probe was launched, transmitting a distress signal and simulating a crash site on the asteroid's surface. "Cut all power," Ryan commanded. "Let's make this convincing." The Endeavour went dark, drifting silently behind the asteroid. Kogan's ship slowed, scanning the simulated crash site. The crew held their breath as the bounty hunter's vessel hovered, searching. "Come on, take the bait," Ryan whispered, his fists clenched. After a tense moment, Kogan's ship moved towards the decoy. Ryan waited until it was almost on top of the probe before giving the order. "Now, full power to engines. Get us out of here." The Endeavour roared to life, blasting away from the asteroid at full speed. Kogan's ship, caught off guard, struggled to follow. "Course set for the Asleel homeworld," Kayla announced, relief evident in her voice. Ryan allowed himself a brief smile. "Good work, everyone. But stay sharp. We're not out of the woods yet." As the stars streaked by, Ryan returned to the medbay. Taro looked up at him, eyes full of questions. "Are we safe now?" Ryan crouched down, placing a reassuring hand on the boy's shoulder. "We've got a long journey ahead, but we're going to make it. Together." The Endeavour sped towards the Asleel homeworld, the crew united by a common purpose. The stakes were high, but Ryan was determined. They had to protect the younglings and outrun Kogan. Failure was not an option. With each passing moment, the tension grew. But so did Ryan's resolve. They would reach the Asleel homeworld. They would keep their promise. And they would show the galaxy what it meant to be human. The Endeavour cruised through the vastness of space, its crew tense but determined. Captain Ryan McAllister stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the approaching Asleel homeworld. He knew Kogan wasn't far behind, and time was running out. "Status report," Ryan ordered, his voice steady but urgent. Lieutenant Kayla Martinez glanced up from her console. "Engines are running hot but stable. Shields are at 70%. We've managed to keep Kogan at bay, but he's persistent." Ryan nodded, his mind racing. "We need a plan to lose him for good. Suggestions?" Before anyone could respond, the ship's sensors blared a warning. Kayla's face paled. "Kogan's closing in, Captain. He's found us." Ryan's jaw tightened. "All hands, prepare for evasive maneuvers. Kayla, bring up the tactical display. We need to outthink him." The bridge buzzed with activity as the crew sprang into action. The holographic display illuminated, showing Kogan's ship gaining on them. Ryan studied the screen, searching for an edge. "There," he said, pointing to a nearby nebula. "We can use the ionized gases to mask our energy signature. Head for the nebula, full speed." The Endeavour surged forward, heading into the swirling, colorful clouds of the nebula. The ship shuddered as it entered the turbulent region, the engines straining against the ionized particles. "Steady," Ryan urged. "We need to stay hidden." Kogan's ship followed, its sensors sweeping the nebula. The tension on the bridge was palpable, every eye on the display. The nebula's interference played havoc with their readings, but it was their best chance. "Captain, I've lost visual on Kogan," Kayla reported, relief mingling with apprehension. "Good. Maintain course," Ryan replied. "We need to buy ourselves time." Down in the medbay, Dr. Elias Chun tended to the young Asleal. Taro watched him, eyes wide with curiosity and fear. "Is the monster coming?" he asked, his voice trembling. Dr. Chun smiled reassuringly. "Captain McAllister won't let anything happen to you. You're safe with us." Back on the bridge, Ryan's strategy was put to the test. Kogan's ship appeared on the edge of their sensors, scanning the nebula. The bounty hunter's persistence was unnerving, but Ryan was resolute. "Kayla, deploy the decoys," Ryan ordered. "Let's give him something to chase." Several small probes launched from the Endeavor, each emitting false energy signatures. The decoys spread out, mimicking the ship's movements. Kogan's ship hesitated, its sensors momentarily confused. "Now cut engines and drift," Ryan instructed. "Let's disappear." The Endeavor went silent, floating among the nebula's dense gases. The crew held their breath, tension coiling like a spring. On the display, Kogan's ship darted after one of the decoys, disappearing from sight. Ryan exhaled slowly. "Good work, everyone. Maintain low power until we're clear of the nebula." Minutes stretched into an eternity as the Endeavor drifted. Finally, the sensors showed clear space ahead. Ryan ordered the engines back online, steering the ship out of the nebula's grasp. "We did it," Kayla breathed, a smile breaking through her tension. Ryan nodded, a rare smile touching his lips. "Let's get to the Asleal homeworld before Kogan catches on." As the Endeavor resumed its journey, the crew allowed themselves a moment of relief. The young Asleal were safe for now, and their mission continued. Ryan felt a deep sense of resolve. They were almost there, and he would see it through. The stars stretched out before them, the Asleal homeworld drawing closer with each passing moment. But Ryan knew the real challenge lay ahead. They had to reach their destination and secure the youngling's safety before Kogan regrouped. Ryan's voice rang with determination as he addressed his crew. "We're not out of this yet. Stay sharp. We've got a promise to keep." The Endeavor surged forward, driven by a captain's unwavering resolve and the hope of a better future for their charges. The Endeavor approached the Asleal homeworld, its verdant landscapes and shimmering waters coming into view. Captain Ryan McAllister stood on the bridge, tension etched on his face. The children's safety was within reach, but Kogan was still out there. "Captain, we're being hailed by the Asleal Council," Lieutenant Kayla Martinez announced, her voice steady despite the palpable tension. "Patch them through," Ryan ordered, his gaze fixed on the planet below. A holographic image of an Asleal elder, adorned in flowing robes, appeared. "Welcome, Endeavor. We have been expecting you. Our gratitude for your bravery knows no bounds." Ryan nodded respectfully. "Thank you, Elder. We have your younglings aboard and need to ensure their safety. We've been pursued by a bounty hunter named Kogan." The Elder's expression darkened. "Kogan is known to us. Land immediately. We will activate our planetary defenses." As the Endeavor descended towards the surface, the crew readied the young Asleal for disembarkation. Dr. Elias Chin and Kayla helped Taro and the others, their gentle words and actions calming the children's nerves. "Almost there, Taro," Ryan said, offering a reassuring smile to the young boy. "You're going to be home soon." Taro clung to Ryan's hand, his wide eyes reflecting both fear and hope. "Will you stay with us, Captain?" Ryan's heart ached at the question. "I'll stay as long as I can. We'll make sure you're safe." The Endeavor touched down in a lush, serene valley, surrounded by towering trees and crystalline streams. The crew escorted the young Asleal to a waiting group of elders and guardians. The reunion was bittersweet, with tears of relief and joy mingling freely. Before Ryan could fully embrace the peaceful moment, Kayla's urgent voice crackled over his calm. "Captain, Kogan's ship just entered the atmosphere. He's coming in fast." Ryan's jaw tightened, Elder, we need to prepare for an imminent attack. Can your defenses hold him off? The elder nodded solemnly. Our shields will delay him, but he is relentless. We will need your assistance. Ryan turned to his crew, determination lighting his eyes. Everyone, gear up. We're going to protect these kids. The Asleal homeworld's defense systems activated, casting a shimmering barrier around the valley. Kogan's ship, sleek and menacing, appeared on the horizon, launching a barrage of energy blasts at the shield. Ryan led his team to strategic positions around the perimeter. Hold your fire until I give the order. We need to draw him in close. Kogan's ship circled, probing for weaknesses. Ryan watched, calculating their chances. Wait for it. Wait. As Kogan's ship dipped low, attempting to breach the shield, Ryan shouted, Now! Fire at will. A coordinated volley of blaster fire erupted from the crew's positions, striking Kogan's ship with pinpoint precision. The vessel wavered, smoke trailing from its engines. Kogan's voice boomed through their comms. You think you can stop me? These children are mine. Over my dead body, Ryan retorted, firing another shot that struck a critical system on Kogan's ship. The bounty hunter's ship faltered, crashing into the forest beyond the valley. Silence followed, broken only by the crackling of flames and the distant rumble of falling debris. Ryan exhaled slowly, lowering his weapon. Status report. Kayla's voice came through, steady and relieved. Shields are holding. Kogan's ship is down. We did it, Captain. The crew regrouped, the tension easing into a profound sense of accomplishment. The Asleal elders approached, gratitude shining in their eyes. Your bravery has saved our future, the elder said, bowing deeply. We are forever in your debt. Ryan glanced at his team, pride swelling in his chest. We did what we had to. These children deserve a chance to grow up in peace. As the sun set over the tranquil valley, Ryan knew their mission was far from over. But for now, they had won a vital victory. The young Asleal were safe, and the bonds forged in this battle would guide them through whatever lay ahead. We'll always be here if you need us, Ryan assured Taro, who hugged him tightly in response. The Endeavor lifted off, its crew united by their shared purpose and strengthened by their resolve. The stars beckoned once more, a reminder of the endless possibilities and challenges that awaited them. But with each other, they knew they could face anything.